welcome to my channel. My name's Emily, the Petite Beauty Blogger, and in today's video I'll be doing a tutorial on how to do a special effects wax cut. Now this video is just going to be very short and sweet. There's not actually going to be very much makeup. This is just a very quick tutorial on how I use wax to create cuts for special effects. And this is really for beginners and people that maybe want to learn how to do it, because in my opinion this is so easy and fun to do. Now I did learn how to professionally do this when I did a course at Bournemouth University, and I'll put up a picture of what I did here. I really liked it, and for this tutorial there is going to be just no makeup. I'm just going to show you how it looks on here, and of course I want it to look real. So first thing you want to do before you apply anything onto your face is I always clean the area with micellar water. The wax I've got is Snazzaroo, and this is more of a clear one. It's one that you can easily just paint over with foundation, but what I love now is they are starting to be a bit more inclusive with wax putty, so you can get ones with different shades, which is brilliant. So I've got my wax putty, and all I'm going to do is use my little spatula thing just to take some of it out. Now before we get started, I have just got this tool. I can't remember who it's by, but I got this from Red Carpet FX, and this is really small. Be careful, they are incredibly sharp. This is for when you're doing prosthetics and things, but I love to use them when I'm doing, you know, wax stuff, because it really helps get the shape I want. Now you don't necessarily have to use this. There aren't many other tools you can use. Like if you've got one of those makeup spatulas, they're pretty good. Just anything that can really carve and make shapes. Here is the wax. I've just got a little tiny ball of it, and first thing I like to do is I like to warm it up in my hands, because being sat in the case has left it quite hard, and by just rolling it and warming it and squishing it, it will make it easier for you to blend and apply it. So I like to mush it in my fingers and just really get it set malleable. Now you definitely have to wash your hands after this. It's sticky and not nice, but it's so worth it. This I feel looks more realistic. You can use latex and tissue. That's also a really good one. I feel like this looks more realistic. Doesn't last as long, but it is more realistic, whereas a latex cut, it lasts forever, but I don't think it looks as realistic. But that's my opinion. If you'd like to see a video on how to do a latex cut, then please comment down below, because if you want to see it, then I'll do it. So as you can see, it's getting really sticky on my hands, so that means it's getting really warmed up, and I like to roll it. And for me, I don't know if it's the same with anyone else, my technique, I apply it straight on and then carve it. Don't know if that's good, but that's what I do. I prefer to do it that way. I know some people take two bits and apply them differently, but I like to make it look like the skin's actually been cut. So right, perfect. Make sure you don't feel any lumps, because there could be lumps in it that you really don't want, and my hands are getting pretty disgusting at this point. So what I'm going to do, because the cut's going to be lengthways like that, I'm just going to take my ball of wax and I'm going to make a sausage shape. Okay, so I've got it the shape I want, and what you are literally going to do now is just press it on your skin. As you've warmed it up, it does get quite sticky, so it will just stick there. And of course you want to press in the edges like so, and this is going to help blend it out into the skin. Now one amazing trick I learnt is when you're doing this, if you're getting sticky hands and you're struggling and you want it to blend out more, I go in with a bit of oil. Now I use a facial oil. I don't think you should really use like cooking oil, but I put a tiny bit on my hands, just ever so slightly, not too much, and I rub my hands in it, and this is going to help blend. And of course, because our hands are oily, the wax won't stick to our fingers, and it will just be easier to blend out. Okay, so now I've got the shape I want, which is perfect. I'm going to go in, of course, with my chiseling tool. Now this is where you have to be very careful, because you do not want to cut your face. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to cut down the centre as if I've been sliced across the face. Now what I'm going to do is, because this is very sharp, I'm just going to do the top layer, and then I'm going to use another tool, maybe the other side that's less sharp, just to pry it open. And once I've got that line, I'm going to open it slightly just so it opens out, and then you can really get the colours in and the blood. Now I've done that line, I've got this Miron palette, and this is the Paradise palette, AQ8 colour palette, and it's just got all the basic colours, and that's going to help this cut look more realistic. When I do looks like this, I always use a face painting brush because I feel like they work the best. So for the inner part of the cut, I'm going to go in with that deep red mixed with a tiny bit of blue, because when you actually look at cuts, it's not black, and black can sometimes make it look fake, and we don't want it to look fake, we want it to look real. And this is really just going to deepen that cut. So you're going to take your flat head kind of brush and really get in there, like so, as I want it to go. So I will just add in literally a dot of black to help deepen it, but never full black, because we don't want it looking too intense and full on. So when I do the outside of the wax, I do just apply a tiny, like the smidgiest amount of foundation, because I'm not doing the rest of my face. I still want it to match, because at the moment it's looking a bit white. And then what I will do is I will study my face to see what kind of undertones I have. I mean, my skin's usually pretty olive, but my face does have some redness, so I will add in a bit of red and, you know, yellows and greens and all the colours that you do actually have in your face, just so it looks as perfect and as realistic as possible. Just going to lightly stipple it and just kind of go over it. Now you can use sponge. A good tip and trick is getting one of those disposable wedge sponges and cutting holes basically in the top, and using that. That's really good if you want to do a bruising technique. Or actually sometimes what I like to do is use my finger, and this is just going to help it look realistic. You don't want it to look too opaque, so what I like to do is just do dots like so, and then just use my finger to kind of blend it. Now I'm just going to go back in with that red just to fill in the centre again and to bring it out. Now just for the over the top bit, I am just going to go with that pure red just to help with the blood, because of course deepening it with the dark purple and the red is obviously for the inner bit, and now I'm bringing it out with the lighter just so it has some depth and it really looks 3D and animated. See, that's looking pretty cool. Now what I do is, of course, when it comes to the outside, I never just swipe, because you don't want the colour to be too opaque, because that's when it starts to look fake, and of course we're trying to make things look real. So you are just going to stipple it, because when you look at your skin tone, like your natural skin, if you look around, all colours are stippled. There's not one. It's almost like loads of little dots of colour. There's no just like one solid colour like everywhere. So of course you want to try and copy that. I have completed that. I'm going to use my Kryolan fake blood, and I'm going to use that same brush we used for the inner colour, and I'm just going to apply it to the brush, and then the brush is just going to apply it in the cut. That, and it's going to deepen it and just make it look really gooey and gory. My favourite. So now I'm just going to take the remnants of the blood and just apply it on the outer edge ever so slightly. So on the edges of the cut, just to make it look more realistic. you could probably do the shot game with the amount of times I say realistic in this damn video. But that's what we want. We want it to be realistic. We don't want it looking fake. I don't know what else to say. What other word could I say? I'm not very intellectual. Give me another word for realistic. You guys can be my thesaurus. And there we go. Now what I have just done is I've just added a bit more blood around the edge to make it look more gory, disgusting and fun. And there we go. There's the completed cut, looking gory as ever, and as you can see it's starting to drip down. Now, of course, if you want to try this look at home, then please tag me in it at Petite Beauty Blogger. And yeah, if you want to wear this for Halloween, it would be perfect. Of course, we can't do Halloween out this year, we can't party, so of course, we have to do it inside. So please comment below if you're doing anything fun, I'd love to know. I'm currently not. I'm going to stay inside and just do makeup all day, because it's my favourite thing to do. So yeah, so tag me at Petite Beauty Blogger if you decide to do it, and also follow me. And you can also show me on my Facebook, facebook.com/MUA by Emily. That is my pro artistry page for my freelance makeup artistry business. And I will put my website in the description box down below. And if you do like these short, concise type of tutorials, just doing quick tutorials of things, then comment down below. I'm going to try and keep them under 5 minutes, maybe even 10. And I'm thinking of maybe starting a thing called 5-Minute Fridays. So if you like that idea, then comment down below, because obviously everything I do, well, I do it for myself because I love doing it, but I'll do it if you want to see it. Of course, if you have any suggestions, then please comment down below, and I will get round to commenting, and I will probably do them in a video. So, and I'll credit you. Obviously, I'm not just going to take ideas and use them for my own. I will always credit someone where credit is due. Now, if you would like to see those 5-Minute Fridays, I will put a poll up on my Instagram at Petite Beauty Blogger. So make sure you check my stories. I will do that pronto. And yeah, so when this video does go out, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next video.